Yes, indeed. Nice light session for Anthony Joshua here today in front of the media, which is probably a little bit different to usual because I know Rob McCracken usually puts you really through the mill, doesn't he? How are things? How are you feeling?
First of all, I've got to thank the media because without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to have an easy session today. So I've got to thank you guys. I needed it. It's come at the right time. Next week, we head over to New York. Then we continue our training camp in the USA. So it's all getting a bit tasty now as the countdown is on.
Looking good? Feeling good?
Yeah, looking good. I don't know about feeling good because it's training camp. It's harder than the fight half the times, but things are coming together. Practice, relaxation. I feel a bit stronger on my foundations because I was fighting Miller, a heavy guy. Built up my leg strength and so on, so my foundations are very strong at the minute.
I couldn't help but notice that. Let's just pan the camera down here. Let's just have a look at the size of these thighs. You have not been skipping leg day, have you?
I've got to work on these calves. But yeah, no skipping leg day. It's the foundations, isn't it? So I work a lot on that. We do a lot of upper body on the heavy bag and sparring. So once you got the foundations in tune with the upper body, it's a win-win formula.
Andy Ruiz Jr, he's the man who's going to be stepping in the ring against you. We know a little bit about him from obviously his fight with Joseph Parker. How do you feel about this matchup? It
was the next best one. We looked at all avenues. You got Fury, busy, Wilder, busy, Ortiz. He had his issues, so he didn't step up to the challenge. The other guys weren't as good as Ruiz. Ruiz was keen. Finally got his name on the signature, and the show must go on. So we're here, June 1st continues. So yeah, I'm stopping out in the States, doing my bit, but UK's my home, that's my soil, and I can't wait to get back to Wembley.
He's fresh as well, obviously, because he's only recently had a fight, so he'll be coming into this in decent condition and ready to give you a good test.
Yeah, he's from a fighting background, Mexican. His dad was a fighter as well. I met his dad before years ago. Yeah, so he's going to come game. Look, it's a fight, isn't it? You know, these guys aren't going to come to lay down. They're not going to get in there and try and embarrass themselves. So he's going to come game, and it's just my job, my duty to break him down round by round.
I saw you put a post on social media not so long ago which said no oxygen for negativity. Is that how you feel about the whole Jarrell Miller issue?
Yeah. Look, as I said, I don't really like to knock a man when he's down, do you know what I mean? I hope he overcomes his issues and his addiction, you know, because he's obviously using these things, and by the looks of it, he was using quite a lot of things. So I hope he can overcome the situation he's facing and find something positive in his life. And what happened with Miller reflects on my life, doesn't it? Because he's taking drugs, and we have to kind of find a whole other opponent, rearrange certain things and training styles. So no room for negativity, only positive vibes, and we move on.
It must have been hard for you to deal with that, though, knowing that you had this opponent set up. He'd said an awful lot of things about what he wanted to do to you. Yeah, exactly, and he'd given you that motivation. But for this to happen and the rug to be sort of kind of pulled from under your feet, you must have been seething inside. Yeah,
because it was going to be a good fight. You know, he's unknown, isn't he? Because he hasn't fought none of the top contenders, but he's been looking good against the ones that he's up and coming against. So it was my time to kind of see if he's prepared for that level or not. And with everything that was said, that was my chance June 1st to punish him, come collect my rent. But as I said, I still take care of his fam if they need anything. I said it on my YouTube channel and just for a bit of banter. But as I said, look, overcome his situation and move on. He's made a massive mistake. It was a great opportunity, not even just for the heavyweight title. So fight at Madison Square Gardens is a great opportunity. So on to the next one now, and that's how life goes, isn't it?
Will you be taking out some of your frustrations on Andy Ruiz?
You know, Andy Ruiz is a cool, calm, collected guy. Miller would have been more frustration. I would have, just gone in, good guard and traded with him until the last man standing. Ruiz, I'm going to have to break him down because I think he's technically gifted, a bit smarter than Miller, same frame, not as high punch output, but he's more selective with his shots. So the shots he does throw are a bit more selective, and he punches with intent to knock you out.
How excited are you about making your US debut in what is such an iconic boxing venue as well?
100%. The ideal thing would have been like a Wilder or Fury there, you know, Wembley or MSG, like iconic, but we're building to that. So for now, this is my US debut against Andy Ruiz, a Mexican fighter who can fight. It's going to be a great undercard, of course. It's going to be packed. And it's my time to kind of shine and announce British boxing, not just me, British boxing as a whole in the States. Fury went there and done it. Congratulations to him. Now it's my turn to do it. So boxing is now just global. It doesn't matter if you're from UK, you can have your chance to fight in the States because we're going to bring over some of the younger fighters and the up-and-coming fighters to perform on the USA stage in MSG, and American fighters are more than welcome to come here. So it's becoming more of a global event.
And as well as obviously the millions around the world who will be watching on TV, those lucky ones who have got tickets for Madison Square Gardens, a certain Mr. Wilder and a certain Mr. Fury, I'm sure, will be keeping a close eye on what you do against Andy Ruiz. How big a performance do you have to put on here for what might come in the near future as well? Yeah,
you're right. The main thing is win. That's all that goes on the record sheet. Don't put a description about your performance, but the main thing is win. Every style and every fight is different. You know, so a good win and a spectacular knockout is important. However, the main objective is to get the win and move forward to that mega fight. Styles make fights and fighters bring out different things in fighters. I'm not too sure what Ruiz will bring out, but my main objective is to win. That's all that matters at the minute. Then I can move on to looking at... I was actually watching Fury and Wilder's fight this morning, and it's a fight I would love to take on, man. As the longer they leave it, the worse it gets, because the more I'm learning and the more confident I'm getting.
It has to happen sooner or later, one of them, surely.
Same era, same time, same division, same goals. It has to happen. In every era, every champion, every challenger has fought each other. So it's our era, our time. There's enough on the plate. As I said, it's a global event now. You know, me and Fury have gone over there. Wilder's yet to come over here and fight. Actually, he has when he fought Audley Harrison in Sheffield. Yes. So we've been doing this already. So it's time to kind of pick a venue. We had it, pick a date. We had it, finances aside, and get it on, because it's a great time for it. It's a great time.
But first of all, deal with Andy Ruiz in style.
Let's not forget about that. But obviously, we're talking about the big picture, but Andy Ruiz is a massive part of that picture, because if I can't get past him, I can't get to the next stage.
Well, Anthony, we wish you all the best. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for having us along. The heavyweight world champion defending his titles against Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Gardens in New York on June the 1st, live on Sky Sports Box Office. Not to be missed.
Thank you very much indeed.